Internet Dude here with another Lada Niva video. So next up here, now that I can't get the engine cranking just yet, I would actually like to put that alternator on. I do have a spare alternator. You can see there's the gap there that I showed you in the last video. If we come over to the workbench here, I have an alternator from a parts car from the junkyard. At the time I got the necessary bracket and the other bracket and stuff like that, and just in case I needed it. So one thing I took a look at here, when you look at this one, turn it around, look at the connections. So you got one brown wire here with a connector. I cut that off, and that goes to the plastic connector, and then we have the stud post here, and there's 3 heavy gauge red wires coming off of there. And let's take a look under the car to make sure that matches, because first time I looked under the car, I was surprised. Okay, we're under the car here. This is the front. We're just looking up where the alternator used to be, and you can see that bracket. Now, at first I saw this connector here, and I thought, uh-oh, that doesn't match my alternator. And so I was worried there for a minute, but I did see the red wires with the ring terminals on them. Then I discovered this one, and this must be the matching brown wire. So it turns out we can just ignore that other connector. And that's my hope anyway. So we'll get that bolted in. I don't need to show you how to do that. It's simply a bolt here and a bolt up there and stuff. So it's pretty straightforward. I did notice some sketchiness. I'll see if I can get you up here and see it. So you can see there's a couple of those like wire nuts with some wires knotted together, and you know, I honestly don't know if that would have been like a factory thing back in the USSR, like a long time ago, or if somebody did their own wiring. So for now, I'm just going to leave it alone, because my friend told me that this was running and driving other than the axle broke when he parked it. So I'm going to just leave it alone for now. All right, good news. The alternator's in. There's one little thing we had to do to make it fit, because it's a tight fit down there. You can see the alternator there. There's the attaching bolt and the bracket that goes to the engine. So this was the other bracket that I showed you, and it goes on the bottom of the alternator, which I'll show you underneath. But basically, in order to get the alternator to fit in here, we had to take that other bracket off the engine, slide the alternator up, tighten that, and then we could mount the alternator. So let's go underneath and take a look. Okay, so coming underneath, oh, FYI, there's normally a skid plate here, but that's missing on my car. So if we look down here, we can see that bracket I was talking about, which we had unbolt. But we got the belt on, we got the alternator in. The wiring connections are a little tricky, but that did work out. I'll try and get in there. Kind of hard to see, but that's in there. So the alternator's in. I don't know if it works. I'm assuming it works. So other than the alternator, I also used a little wire wheel and put a little trim clad rust paint there, because I hope to get the battery in soon. And that's kind of what we got done today in, I would say, probably an hour and a half or so. All right, so that'll be it for this episode of the Lada Niva project. Not totally sure what's next, but I'm just trying to keep the project moving while I have some help here. And be sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this project, and I'll hopefully keep the videos coming. Thanks for watching.